I'm not trying to get you jammed up.
You is though, because I'm asking you to move. You could talk to me outside the window. You trying to hold the door, pry the door open.
In this footage, the police show up at somebody's door, demanding to come inside. The door opens, but things get tense fast as the officers block the entrance with their foot, determined to get in. The person inside is caught off guard, unsure of their rights or what to do next. But you don't have to worry here, because I'm going to discuss 4 tips for staying out of trouble in today's video. Never step outside your home. On October 20th, 2022, Ryan was enjoying a calm night in his home when his doorbell rang. Switching off his television, he went toward his glass door to find a cop from Apple Valley standing at the door. Nervous about her presence, he asked why she was there.
Hi, can you step outside real quick? We just have a couple of questions for you.
It seems that a neighbor filed a complaint against Ryan, saying that he was pointing his gun toward them during an argument. The cop wanted Ryan to step out of the house so that she could know his side of the story.
I was concerned about some of your actions earlier today. Yeah. And so we just want to get your side of the story, see what's going on. I don't have a name. I would prefer if you stepped outside for me so we can have this conversation.
But Ryan refused. Now, a lot of you might think that he's doing something wrong, that he should step out of the house immediately, tell her his side of the story, and clear his position. If he's innocent, he shouldn't be scared to talk to the cop, right? Absolutely wrong. Whenever cops knock on your door without any search warrant, arrest warrant, or exigent circumstances, they've got nothing against you. And if they've got no evidence against you, don't engage. Don't believe me? Just listen to this conversation.
He's definitely going to benefit.
Yeah. I mean,
There's no...
do like as much as I can.
Well, he can't have a... He can't... Well, it's the matter for... Oh, no, I know that.
I'm gonna charge something.
The cops have no idea that the camera's recording their conversation, but we've gotten the idea the cops want Ryan to talk to them so that they could incriminate him. Once he starts telling his side of the story, they could find loopholes in it and arrest him based on the words that he chooses. So, the key takeaway here, never step out of your house to talk to cops. It doesn't matter how harshly they command you or threaten to grab a warrant against you.
You're being a little confrontational for no reason right now. We just wanted to talk to you. I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said because you interrupted me.
Don't step foot outside for that conversation. The simple fact of the matter is that if you're guilty and they know you're guilty, they're gonna have a warrant and they're gonna come get your butt anyway. No warrant, no talkie. Simple as that. And just remember, please, the cops are trained to force people out of their homes through their words.
It's the police. We'd just like to talk to you for a second. Is there a reason you don't want to open the door?
I just like to exercise my rights.
Okay, is there a reason you don't want to come to the door? Typically, people aren't really free to talk to us.
What's that?
Is there a reason? Do you know why we're here?
No,
Think
sir.
about it.
But you don't have to fall into their trap, because once you step outside, you lose your rights. And now cops are in control and can manipulate the situation however they want to.
We're going to get a search warrant to enter into the house, so we need to enter the house.
You're not entering my house without a search warrant.
They could listen to your words, observe your body language, and find a reason to detain you. There's a lot of cases where people get arrested because they resist the arrest or detainment of officers. So suppose you step outside and 2 cops are standing there, one on your left and one on your right. You're gonna get fidgety or nervous with this. Nobody likes being surrounded. Cops are gonna point this out and ask you to put your hands on the wall so they could detain you. They might try to grab you for this and you could resist as a natural instinct. And then bam, cops just need this one little thing from you to arrest you under the guise of officer safety. By the way, why would they do that? Well, because cops are also people. They've also got their biases and opinions. Don't believe me? Just go look at stop and frisk statistics from New York City before they stop doing that. Here's the deal. When cops go and complain to somebody, cops assume that they're the victim and the other person is the aggressor or criminal. So, when the cops are at your door, it's because they've already developed an opinion about you. If cops don't have any warrants, you can ask them to leave from inside of your home. If they do have a warrant, it's a different matter. You should still not step outside before calling your lawyer. At that point, it's best to let your representation handle the police. But what if they put their foot in the door? Hear me out. Suppose the doorbell rings and you open it up without asking who's on the other side. This is a pretty common practice in a lot of households that have a lot of neighbors or friends that come and go regularly. So you do this, and an FBI agent or an officer standing on your doorstep. They said they wanted to have a conversation with you regarding something. It could be anything.
My name's Ashley Roberts and this is Kathleen Brown. We're both with the FBI.
Okay.
We just need to speak with her regarding some information that was sent in to us.
Okay.
You ask them if they've got any warrant and they got none. So you're going to try to close the door, but the cop's either going to grab the door or put their foot in the threshold. So what should we do here?
You can't come in here. You don't have a warrant, sir.
You understand?
Can you prove that?
You don't have a warrant, sir. You don't have a warrant, sir. Step out of my house, sir. You don't have a warrant. Get out of my house, sir.
A lot of people will forcefully try to close the door or bang the door on the foot of the cop so that they can remove it. But that's the wrong move. You should never act forcefully or aggressively against cops or officers in this situation. If you give them any sort of pain, even mild ones, or even if you swear at them, they can arrest you under the felony assault of a public servant charge. So, what's the right move here? What's your course of action? Step inside your home, remain calm, don't do any further movements, and invoke your right to remain silent. Tell cops that you do not consent to the search of your home or person under your Fourth Amendment rights. With this, invoke your Fifth Amendment right, zip your mouth shut, pull out your phone, and start recording everything that happens. You might be asking yourself, this is going to be awkward, it's going to be weird, is there a benefit? Well, you've put the ball in the cops' court. If they still search your home or you, they're violating your rights, and you can use it against them in court and sue their pants off. At this point, you shouldn't stop them if they illegally start searching your home. Because here's the deal. Your resistance is going to give them a reason to arrest you. It's going to give them probable cause. So make sure you record yourself objecting and you let them know that what they're doing is against your will and they're violating your rights. No cop is going to be stupid enough to do that. And if they do, well, they deserve however much money you get out of them in court. So how can we avoid a situation like that? Well, first and foremost, put a camera on your door so you know who's at your doorstep before you even open it. Make sure you educate your kids and your family members and tell them never to open the door before confirming who's on the other side. If you can't afford a camera or you can't have one because it's a rental property, either get a peephole or just have a habit of looking through the window before opening your door. Let's take a look at the second version of this same exact situation. Suppose you've opened the door and decided to have a full-on conversation with cops outside your home. These kinds of conversations usually go this way.
I'm here to talk to you, see if you can give us a little help. Be honest.
On what?
I can discuss it, but we need to sit down and talk first.
About what?
About what?
Yeah.
Well, the FBI has a lot of programs going on where we try to identify some situations or people or groups that may be of interest, and you're not in trouble, you haven't done anything wrong.
These are FBI agents who don't have any probable cause against the man, but want to have a conversation with him. They wanted him to invite them into the house so that they could have a full-on conversation with them about any certain situations that they had vaguely mentioned. So what should you do in this situation? The first thing is, you should never open the door in the first place. Again, no, don't. If I had a water bottle, I would squirt you. This is called implied consent, and cops can and will use that against you. If you open your door just a teeny tiny crack to peek outside and have a conversation with cops, they could consider it as your consent to come into your home and talk to you. Yeah, they can legally enter your home, and you're gonna lose a lot of your constitutional rights. That's why we don't step out in the first place. Now, if you've already gone outside, don't talk very much. Tell cops that you're using your rights to remain silent and you don't permit them to enter your home. They may seem friendly, or they may want your help. So you might think inviting them in is going to be proof that you're a lawful citizen. Friend, you're delusional here. Cops are not your friends. They're on your threshold because they want a reason to arrest you. They're looking for information. Somebody has done something wrong and they're hoping it's you because it makes their job easier. Anything they can see in plain view in your home can give them a probable cause to strip down your entire house or arrest you on the spot. But don't take my word for it. Just check out this footage for yourself.
Get your leg out. Now.
So if you're inviting them into your home, good luck getting rid of them. I'm not joking when I say it's a lot like vampires. Now let's talk about our third situation here. What if cops have a valid search warrant? What do we do? Well, in our first couple of cases, cops didn't have anything against you, and you've had to protect yourself from getting unfairly treated or arrested. But in this particular situation, cops have got a search or arrest warrant. In this case, cops are going to ring your bell, and when you ask them why they're there, they're going to state that they've got a warrant against you. The first thing you should do is ask for their ID to confirm these are actual officers and not some scammers standing on your front door. The easiest thing to do is ask for a name and a badge number, at which point you can call emergency services or your local police station and ask them to confirm that these are real people. Always do your due diligence, because there are people out there that have scammed and kidnapped and even murdered people while pretending to be officers. If you're super panicked, don't be afraid to call 911 and ask them for their assistance. It's better to be safe than it is to be dead. After confirming that they're officers, ask them to slip the warrant under your door so that you can take a look at it. Make sure that the warrant is original by checking for the signature of a judge. You can also call your attorney to have a legal consultation. Just remember not to take up a lot of time, because cops have the legal right to burst down your door and step into your house forcefully if they think that you're a flight risk. Don't believe me? Check the footage.
It was a total nightmare for this family when cops burst into their home, which turned out to be the wrong address.
So let me tell you 4 situations where cops could force their way into your home without your consent. One is if they have a valid search warrant, and the second is if they have a valid arrest warrant. The third is exigent circumstances. Let me walk you through an example of that. Let's say you're driving and a cop was following you because you were speeding and didn't pull over when he asked. You stopped in front of your home and ran into it to escape the cop. In this case, the cop could force his way into your home. The fourth one we covered is implied consent. When you permit them to enter your home, they could step in without a warrant. So after quickly checking the warrant and calling your attorney, open the door for the cops. Now here you should tell them that you don't consent for them to search the places and areas that are not mentioned in the search warrant. After telling them this, invoke your fifth and remain silent. So what are the lessons from today's video? Let's quickly review. Never step outside for the conversation or open the door to cops even a little bit. If you've opened it and they've put their foot in the threshold, let them in. Don't do anything aggressive. Document it, but make sure you are heard clearly stating they do not have permission to enter your household. They're vampires. You never invite them into your home. Doesn't matter if they're friendly or if you're innocent, it's a bad idea. If they've got a warrant, let them in after confirming their identity and the validity of the warrant. Make sure you exercise your 4th and 5th Amendment rights here too. And if you want to know more about your rights, then watch this video. Until the next one, keep learning and keep staying safe.